Hey guys, what's up? This is Kath, and welcome to my new episode in Kath with Love, Anong Ganap. So, this afternoon, I'm going to share to you guys my twists and turns in taking the licensure examination for teachers. And guess what? This is a real story, like my real story. So, here it is. I actually tried my luck to apply to DepEd as a senior high school teacher. Yes, we can teach in senior high school even without a license. So they gave us like 5 years to pass the licensure exam. So I was hired by DepEd in 2016. So I was assigned to a public secondary school. It's like a 10 to 15 minute jeep ride from our house. I did not take the let during my first year because I was afraid to take the risk. In 2017, I applied to PRC. So filing in PRC was really a bad experience for the first time. So there were no proper procedures. The people in the PRC are much worse because of their attitudes, and they were actually not approachable during that time, I'm not actually saying that now, but during those times. So my transactions lasted until 7 p.m. So na-remember ko pa yon. So that was 2016. In September 2017, I tried my luck in the licensure examination for teachers. I did not undergo a review session since I trusted my stock knowledge. But unfortunately, I did not make it. There were a lot of expectations coming in, like anak ka ng teacher, bright ka, I know na makakapasa ka, and teachers baya jud tanan halos imong family. Like in Tagalog, usually, your family is um more on educators. Most of your aunts and uncles are teachers. Imagine my anxiety when I did not pass for the first time. So on the next let schedule, I finally decided to enroll in a very popular review center. They are very known for their top notchers in let. And you know what? I really sacrificed a lot. I even lend money to sustain my needs and to pay for the review. The review session begins like at 5:30 p.m. and lasts until 9 to 10 p.m. every Mondays through Fridays and all day on Saturdays. Imagine how exhausted I am. Like I woke up at 5 in the morning, logged in at 7:30 a.m. and went home at almost midnight. I learned a lot in the review center and of course found new friends. And even during final coaching, that was, a very tough one. But again, still in March 2018, I still did not make it. Like I ask myself why? Like I keep on asking myself why is this really for me? Like what's with my brain? Am I that idiot? I did not ask the Lord why it keeps happening, but I just prayed to take all the pain away. Sobrang sakit. Like I feel like all the burden in the world is, what I am carrying. And you know what? I got 74.32% and the passing rate is 75%. Imagine it. I had problems with debt, utang, because of my expenses and delayed salary. I was also the breadwinner, not passing the let, not yet permanent in debt, and all that. Again, the anxiety level is too high. My family and the people around me didn't know this. Like, it is not actually shown on my face that I experienced anxiety and depression at the same time. Like, I am really, really broke inside. But still, I did not give up. In September 2019, again, I tried once more. No review in a review center. I just reviewed my notes I got from my previous review center. Then, guess what? Alam ko. Alam ko na alam nyo na. So, failed na naman. So, what on earth is happening? Like, I questioned my capabilities, wondering what's wrong with me. Like, the anxiety is here once again. Like, I had terrible problems at the school where I was assigned. Like, I feel like ashamed all the time that I am the only one who is not yet a let passer. I have no choice but to work my ass off because I need to sustain the needs of my family and for myself. I was also um the class advisor, and I also needed to maintain my classroom as beautiful as it is needed to be because we were required to beautify it. I even spent my personal money to buy a lot of things for my classroom. That was so worse. Like, but still, I prayed to God to take all the pain away. And, you know, iniisip ko na lang na there is a purpose for everything. In March 2019, I still did not quit because quitters never win, of course, diba? I did not re-enroll in the review center since I had no more budget to enroll. I just reviewed the materials I got from them. I told myself that if this is for me, then it will be. Like, but then again, it's not yet for me. It was devastating. I know. But you know what? I prayed again. I prayed for it again. Like, I really cried myself out, but never ever questioned God why. I just accepted it with the positivity, regardless of the pain that, one day it would be given. In September 2019, I did not take the let because we were very busy preparing for our wedding in October that year. I think in November or December, I applied again to PRC for March 2020. But this time, guys, together with my husband. So I'm already married that time. When I applied to PRC, that was the first time, or I'm not sure if that was the first time that PRC Robinson's Mall nearby to our house finally operated. So the process was smooth. There were no long lines, and the place has air conditioning, unlike before in Davao na sobrang no comment na lang. So guys, 2020 came in and we all know na merong COVID. There was COVID that time. So the March 29, 2020 schedule has been cancelled because of the pandemic. We were moved to a later date. And when DOH finally released an order regarding taking the licensure examination, we were given a priority to take, like those who will be in the DepEd in 5 years. So kami yon, mga nasa provisional status. So we were identified by the Department of Education na kami yung ipa-priority na mag-first batch to take the let. Kasi nga, 5 years, magpa 5 years na kami. And remember, 5 years lang yung binigay ng department sa amin to pass the let in order for us to secure the permanent status. So imagine my feelings at that time. But with the schedule we were on, I was afraid of the swab test and all the protocols, di ba? Merong mga dapat ipang submit, parang ganun. So parang praning ka din. I was really like, I'm not yet ready for this. I told myself. I sent an email to defer and to be scheduled for the next batch of examinations. So we were given a chance to do that since the schedule of let was by batch because of the capacity. So the pandemic lasted so long that there were no announcement yet for the next batch. Come November 3, 2021 was my fifth year in DepEd. And it was the biggest downfall for me. Like, I had no choice but to decide to leave DepEd because we were only given like 5 years. My schedule to take the let has no final date yet, which is obviously has already passed my fifth year. So I accepted my fate and decided that I was not really for DepEd. Like, maybe I am not destined to become a teacher. So while waiting for my last day in DepEd, my friend forwarded a job posting to me. Like, it was my alma mater in college. They were hiring for a permanent instructor for the Master of Development Communication. But it would be in the other campus, not in the main campus. So it's kind of far from our home, but I tried it. It's very timely because while waiting for my examination date, I took advantage of those days to finish my master's degree. I actually stopped for almost 3 years because I had no concentration at all. But it's actually a sign from the Lord. I finished my master's degree in UP in December 2020. And yes, pandemic that time. I already had a master's degree when I applied to my alma mater, which is one of the requirements of the job. So I did not set any expectations because I was actually planning to divert and just work at home. Like, I planned on applying for home-based jobs. Basically, yung mga virtual assistant, sa Upwork and the likes, because doon na lang talaga ako nag-focus. Kasi, kumbaga, hindi ko pwedeng isipin na anong gagawin ko next. So, I focused on the brighter side. So, yun, yes, I applied to my alma mater, sent my application, and I was beginning to lose hope again since I received no updates from the HR. But in July 2021, I received a message that I would be interviewed. And so I did. I was interviewed online by the top management. And I even cried after the interview since the lesson that I prepared for my demo was not used because they gave me a new topic. And that was actually like an impromptu lesson, no? But, luckily, after a few weeks, I received another text from them saying that I passed the interview and was scheduled for an examination online. And guys, the exam was very difficult. And I cried again after that because I was not comfortable with my answer. So I waited for the game. I did not set any expectations for it. So days passed. And on October 2021, the dean of the college called me, saying that he sent an email a few days ago after the interview that I had been hired. And I did not actually check my email. So when I did, it's true. I was really hired. My gosh. Yun pala. So, ang problem ko, hindi nag-check ng email. Kasi nga, hindi ako nag-expect, no? I grabbed the opportunity because it was permanent already. It is a plantilla position in the government, and the license is no longer required since my expertise is not in the education courses but in the development communication side. But of course, having a license is an ace. It was a smooth transition. Like, I left DepEd on August 31, 2021 and started in my alma mater on September 1 on the same year. So guys, look how my fate brought me. After all those painful years, the Lord blessed me with a new chapter. There is no more pressure to take the licensure exam. The Bible verse, Isaiah chapter 60 verse 20-22. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. No matter what you may be facing today, trust in God's assurance that everything will fall into place in His perfect timing. In December 2021, PRC finally announced that there would be another batch to take the let, and my name is not yet on the list. So, fast forward to 2022, and finally, guys, My name is already included in the November 2022 schedule. Imagine ilang years or ilang times na postpone, na cancel, and here we go, November 2022, nandun na yung name ko. But there was another memorandum from the PRC that our exam would be moved to October on the same year. And you know what? How blessed I am that we can request a transfer of the examination venue. I sent an email to request a transfer to Tagum City, that's actually near to our house. So it was so smooth that time that PRC granted my request. When October 2, 2022 came in, I was not in good shape. I had heavy bleeding because of my issues with my reproductive system, because of my PCOS and all. I took the exam. I took the exam. Kahit pa sobrang hirap, sa sobrang sakit ng nararamdaman ko, you know. Pero you know what? The exam was not that difficult. And it's also not easy, huh? But for the first time, I was so confident with my answers. Honestly, to be honest, I did not review. I did not pressure myself, and I did not think about the exam. What I did was just answer it with confidence and, of course, with the guidance of the Lord. I finished the exam at exactly 5:32 p.m. and went home with ease. No more heavy burdens. Maybe because I was, thinking at that time that I no longer needed the license for my new job. So, ang iniisip ko, come what may. Kung papasa, okay. Kung hindi, okay pa rin. Right? And guess what, guys? Right before Christmas in 2022, I received a message from my friend. I think that was around 3 a.m. when I woke up. So he sent a message like 11 p.m. but tulog na ako noon eh. So when I woke up at 3 a.m. on that day, December, he said, "Congratulations." Huh? I thought he congratulated me because I was hired in my, from my alma mater, because he was the one who sent me the job posting, no? So I thought yun yung purpose ng congratulations niya. Hindi ko alam na lumabas na pala ang results ng LET. So guys, I received the good news. I finally made it. I passed the licensure exam for teachers after multiple attempts. I'm teary-eyed actually. 5 takes to be exact in taking the LET. Indeed, in His perfect timing, the Lord will really give you what you deserve in His perfect time, in His time. And if there's anything you take from my journey, let it be this. In life, everything happens in its due time. There will be highs and lows, but trust the process. You also need to enjoy the journey. Masakit man minsan, but take it positively. And in the end, it all comes together, often in ways you'd least expect. So there will be times that you will feel the heavy loads, but one day, guys, one day, you will really shine. And that's my story. Thank you very much for listening. I hope na-inspire kayo. And for those who are patiently waiting for the results of the exam, kaya nyo yan. Let's pray for it and manifest it. We claim for it. I know that if it's for you, it's for you. Trust the Lord. Thank you, guys. And until next time.